swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jowl Panthers and proud of all the Jowl students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jowl, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Mamacitas in Jowl has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jowl, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jowl, is a proud supporter of the Jowl community.
Welcome, Jowl fans and softball fans, I should say, as we're in Gallup, New Mexico, right here for the playoffs, the 2026 Lucinda playoffs for the credit union. Thank you very much for being here. This is Ron Gunner, and we are going to be going another way pretty soon. Looks like it's going to be a cool one out there, as it is. It's a bit nippy, but definitely I think the both teams are just raring to go for this softball game to get started. First of two, and the winner will be facing a great team, the number 3 team, Hajo Academy, the Lady Wolves, with a 23-4 record with a 4-game win streak and a 9-1 for their district. But right now it's going to be the Jowl Panthers, Lady Panthers, against the number 11 Mesilla Valley Christian Lady Sunblazers at 15-10 with 2-game winning streak and 6-3 for their district. So they had a bit weaker schedule than Jowl did, but nevertheless, though, they did get in here as a number 11 seed. In fact, it was a strength of schedule of negative 7.9, which I never can figure out, and 7.9 is their strength of schedule. Meanwhile, Jowl comes in. They had a higher strength of schedule, but it went lower, and they finished the season with a .7, which is still in the positive, and I think that's very good. But for the most part, and Loving has a 1.1 strength of schedule because they're pretty strong themselves. And Eunice came in one of the highest with a 2.8 strength of schedule with 8-13. Of course, they're playing right now. So let's go ahead and continue with it. Thank you back at the station for making sure we are on. And as we do so, let's go ahead and talk about some numbers. And one of the things that popped out for me was the fact that these two teams have faced each other twice. In fact, they've been in tournaments. First time around was on the 21st of March, and that was a score of 15-5. Jowl was ahead. Mesilla, in fact, actually it was just a 5-inning game, I should say. And that went with Jowl scoring in the first. It was 1-0 after 1. Second inning saw both sides goose eggs, so they didn't get a score. So it was 1-0 after 2 innings. Third inning saw Mesilla Valley come back with 2 runs. And Jowl answered the bottom of the third with 4 of their own. So 5-2 was the score at that point. 3 more runs for Mesilla Valley made it 5-5. So they tied it up at the bottom of the fourth. That's when 7 runs come across for the Lady Panthers, and they kind of blow it out. In the fifth, no score for Mesilla Valley, and 3 more, and they cinch it up with a 10-run victory. Of course, that is the mercy rule. So Mesilla Valley came in. They had 4 hits, 5 runs, and 2 errors. It was 14 hits for Jowl with 15 runs and 4 errors for them. And, of course, that was the first game. Second game of the doubleheader saw Mesilla Valley jump ahead. 5 runs in the first, bottom of the first. Jowl answered back with just 3, so 5-3 after 1. Second inning saw 2 runs for Mesilla Valley, and Jowl answered back with 3, so that was 7-6 with a 1-run lead. Third inning saw Mesilla Valley could not get anybody across, while Jowl put in 3 more runs to make it 9-7 with a 2-run lead. They traded back and forth on the fourth with 4 runs each, ironically. And then the fifth, Mesilla Valley came back with a run, while Jowl was blanked. In the sixth, it was 4 runs for Mesilla Valley, and again, Jowl went blank. But in the seventh, the bottom of the seventh, they came back when they needed to, got 4 runs, and won that one by 1, 17-16. It was 16 runs off of 14 hits for Mesilla Valley, but those 7 errors, I'm sure they didn't help. Meanwhile, for Jal and the Lady Panthers, they had 17 runs off of 14 hits and 5 errors of their own. So neither one of them were playing clean, but Jal was able to get that victory nevertheless. Then on the 28th of March, then it was another tournament, another game for the two, as it was once again 0-0 after 1 inning. Had 3-0 for Mesilla, so 3-0. That meant Mesilla was on top, 3-0. Then it was 5 runs each for each side on the 3rd inning. So Mesilla got 5 runs and Jal got 5 runs. Top of the 4th, and that was goose egg for Mesilla Valley. While at the bottom of the 4th, it was 1 run for Jal. Another run come across for Mesilla Valley, while 2 came across for Jal. Goose egg in the 6th, and it went to 7, where Mesilla Valley could not score. And the top or bottom of the 7th got 2 runs again, and they eked it out once again, 10-9. So Mesilla Valley had 9 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Jal had 10 runs, 12 hits, and 8 errors altogether. Let's talk about a little bit about the players of the game for each of those. Starting off with, of course, Jonna Butts was the pitcher for all 3 of them, but so she was definitely pitching and doing well. Talk about that. Of course, she had 5 strikeouts in the first game. And the player that had the best hitting streak besides Jonna Butts was Marin Nieto, who had 1 run, 3 hits off of 3 hits, and 2 RBI. Also had a double. And it was also Jonna Butts who had, of course, she, besides being a pitcher, she's an excellent hitter as well. So she goes on both sides, defense and offense. So she was at bat 4 times. She got 2 hits, 3 runs, also 3 RBI, as she had a triple. There was also Abigail Dardone, who had 4 hits with 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBI, and a triple as well. And it was also, let's see, the team had 2 triples, had 3 doubles, with Kate Lujan and Marin Nieto also having a double. And it was Cohurst who had the other double. She was 3 of 3. Let's see, she had 1 hit, no runs, 2 RBIs though. And that was the first game. And again, Jonna Butts, she pitched the whole thing, all 5 innings, and she got 5 strikeouts for her efforts. And she also had 5 runs off of 4 hits. So second game, it was pretty good hitting for Peyton Lujan as well as Marian Nieto. And that was 3 hits of 1 run, 4-run. Meanwhile, Nieto, Marian, had 3 hits, 2 runs, 5 RBIs, and 1 double. Also, Sauceda, Yanira Sauceda had 2 doubles and 3 RBIs with 2 hits and 1 run coming in. Abigail Dardone has 2 hits off of 2 runs with 1 RBI. And that is the second game. That's how they play. The third one, same or similar as far as numbers. In fact, actually for pitching on the second game, it was 6 strikeouts for Jonna Butts. Well, that's what I didn't do, so let's see. So she faced 43 batters on that second game. First game was just 22. So it looks like we're about to get the lineups on for the game. Let's go ahead and pause for a moment and get our sponsors in. Without, of course, we will not be able to put these on the air. Thanks again for them, and here we go with one of our great sponsors.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the JAL Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Panther Energy is excited for the JAL Panthers and proud of all the JAL students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in JAL, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Mamacitas in JAL has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old JAL, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in JAL, is a proud supporter of the JAL community. The staff of the JAL Public School District is proud of their JAL Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! JAL schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. JAL Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? JAL Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics. Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
All right, as we get through with the national anthem, we get a little bit of moisture in the air. As I see, we may have a little bit of spottage here on the window, but we'll work with that as it goes. Thanks again for being here on this Wednesday as we get the tournament going on. It's going to be blue on blue, but the pinstripes are going to be for Mesilla Valley and the Lady Sunblazers. Once again, 15-10 is their record with 6-3 for the district. They had 295 runs for them and allowed 202, but they have been beaten all three times by the JAL Lady Panthers. Nice little gathering there of the managers as they give a hug. And let's see, we have Lady Panthers number 6 at a record of 14-8. Of course, that is because of their district record of 2-6, Loving being that way, and of course splitting the difference between Eunice 2-2, and a 3-game losing streak that JAL would like to get out of, especially this time of year as you're into the playoffs. So once again, it is going to be Kate Lujan starting it off. She's going to be at third base. It'll be Abigail Dardone at it'll be at shortstop. Jonna Butts will be pitching. She'll be third in line to bat. Yarna Sauceda is going to be a catcher, and she'll be fourth to bat. Bella Cohurst will be fifth, and she's going to be the designated hitter. Charisma Rodriguez is going to be sixth, and she is going to be at right field. Number 7 is Maria Nieto, and she's going to be at second base. Melisone will be at first base, and she is going to be batting 8th. And 9th will be Peyton Lujan, and she'll be at center field. Also, Navarrete will be at left field. And if you can see, I don't think you can, but this is a rigged kind of a field. It's not normally done for baseball or softball, so it had to be custom made for it. They had to do that this morning, but it did get done. So we are here, and best of 2. First one's going to be winner goes on to see the next round, and the loser gets to either go home or watch the second game, whichever one they want to do. But I think they're talking a little bit about the weather. Nope, they stopped talking and started shaking hands. We're going to go back and we're going to get this thing started. And I'll find out here in a moment if the glass is going to be a problem, as I see that is still a little precipitation in the air. So it doesn't look like it's going to dampen anything. And that's right. Actually, Jal is going to be the home game, our home team. So first up will be Mesilla Valley. And that means that first up will be Margaret Hurd. She's going to be playing at catcher. It'll be Megan Baker. And Margaret Hurd, by the way, is a sophomore. Megan Baker is going to be playing at second base. Follow that will be Jace Caldwell, the senior. She will be at first base. Staley Faust will be at third base, and she's a sophomore. It is Maureen Fisk who's going to be pitching. She's a senior. And then Jonah Hurd is going to be in the outfield, center, senior, along with Maddie Horn. She's going to be at shortstop. She's a sophomore. Freshman Maddie Baker, and I've noticed there's a lot of Maddies or Maddie-like names, and that she's going to be at left field. It'll be Abigail Flores, who will be the designated hitter, and Jordan Schumer will be the flex player. She is a senior, and by the way, Abigail Flores is an 8th grader, so she'll be playing in along with the rest of the teammates, of course. So first up is going to be John Butts getting warmed up. Again, both of them are in blue, but it is solid blue for the Jal Lady Panthers, while there's pinstripes for the Lady Sun Blazers. Right now I see softball. Final score for Eunice. They were able to get Rehoboth Christian and beat them by 2. 11-9 was the final score. So congratulations to Eunice on their victory. They're going to be moving on to, I believe it's going to be number 2, but when I find out, of course, I will let you know. But thanks everybody for being here on this. For you guys down south, it's going to be warm. Up here, it's a little bit nippy, a little wet. So it'll be interesting to see if the weather is going to be any kind of factor in this game. As Jal, the Lady Panthers, are ready. And it'll be Margaret Hurd coming up first. The sophomore is going to be checking to see what she can do with the bat. Let's see what she does with the bat, as it is wrong side. All right, so she has a 347 ER or average. Has 17 hits, 37 runs, 13 RBIs, 2 doubles, 4 triples, 1 home run. She's also walked 19 times and struck out 13 times. So we are underway. As Jonna is looking to get that first pitch, and here it comes. Going to cross, and that'll be strike 1. So good eye, as it looked like a bunt attempt, but instead pulled back at the last second, but not enough to avoid the strike. That will also find the corner for a strike. Strike 2. 0-2 is the count. Jonna up, and Margaret Hurd is down on the count. So first batter for this game. And that goes across, a little high for the liking of the ump. So ball. So 1-2 is the count right now. There she gets back in the batter's box. Nobody on, no outs. Here comes Jonna with another delivery. It's going to be hit foul, and it's going to go backwards. So no change in the count. 1-2. Looks like it's consistently spitting out a little bit. So it's going to be a little wet, but nothing too major. Another one. Outside hit and fouled. So stays alive at the bat as it still stays at 1-2. Thank you, everybody, for being here on this Wednesday. Hope you're having a good one out there. I know it's warmer down there than it is up here, as we have scattered showers. Looks like we have another one coming around the corner. As that one goes across, and that is going to be a strike. So strike one. There we go. For the K. And that'll be first out for Butts and for the Lady Panthers. Coming up next is going to be the second baseman, Megan Baker, sophomore. First one goes across. She's looking for a punt, but instead will find the ball. So 1-0 is the count for Megan. Megan is a sophomore, like I said, and she's also had 340. Nope, that's Megan Baker. She's 484. She hits this one softly with a bunt and gets to first safely. So a nice bunt right there gets her to first base and puts a runner on with one out. And Megan had 30 hits, 36 runs, 11 RBI. Next up is going to be Caldwell, Jace Caldwell. Caldwell hits .594. She has 38 hits, 20 runs, 49 RBIs, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 5 home runs, 10 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So she's very smart at the bat, especially with that .594 batting average. First pitch goes across, looking to see if the runner will run to steal the base. Did not. So it goes 1-0. That goes high and across. Ball 2. Sometimes that's what happens when you got a runner out there. You tend to make sure that there's no stealing involved, and sometimes that means outside pitches so the catcher can throw to second. But nobody on second right now. That gets hit. Going to be fouled to the right. Unplayable. That means a long strike. 2-1 is the count. We've got a good ref here, or a good ump here, as he is giving the numbers as it goes. That is going to be hit, and it's going to be fair. Looks like it'll be just enough to be able to catch, and can't see if they caught it, but it doesn't look like they did. As she's going to be running back, that'll be another long strike. So we are now at 2-2, tied up with one runner on. Coming up next is going to be Staley Faust. The .571 batting average. Delivered from Jana. It's going to go across and struck her out looking, so didn't expect that from her, but got the second strikeout. So 2 away with 2 strikeouts. We've got 1 on with a hit. And Staley Faust is going to be coming up next. She is a sophomore. Staley has got, once again, .571 batting average. 32 hits, 19 as she hits this one, goes over to shortstop. It'll be the 6-3 for out number 3. So 1 left on base. And it was 2 strikeouts. We're going to go to the bottom of the first, and it'll be time to see what Jal can do to get some offense going. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. This is all happening right here in Gallup, New Mexico. Thanks for watching.
The staff of the Jal Public School District is proud of their Jal Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jal schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jal Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? Jal Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jal Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
All right, welcome back. Thank you much for being here on this Wednesday, wherever you are in the world or in Jal. I am just glad you're here as We are about to get into the bottom of the first, and it is a tied game, 0-0. Pitching for the Sun Blazers, Lady Sun Blazers, that is going to be Marine Fisk. And again, with Jonna Butts, she's had 12 wins, 8 losses, 151 hits allowed with 133 runs. She's walked 37 but struck out 140, now it's 142. So coming up first to bat is going to be Kane Lujan. Kane Lujan comes into the game with a .338 record, or average. She's had 22 hits with 29 runs, 12 RBIs, 3 doubles, 1 triple. Has walked 14 times and struck out 14 times as well. That first one's going to go across for the strike. As you can hear the wind, I did open the windows trying to see if I can get past that those water spots. That one goes back and almost to me, but it's going to be, actually it is still raining a little bit. I was hoping it had stopped, but no. So let's go ahead and that's a strike right there. So 1-2 is it. There we go. So 1-2 is the count. This one goes across, strike 3, and that'll be out number 1 for Jal. Coming up next is going to be Abigail Dardone.
Now batting shortstop number 18.
And that'll be Abigail is at .311 for the average with 19 hits, 35 runs, 16 RBI, 3 doubles, 3 triples, and 10 walks with 14 strikeouts. And once again, like most players, this team has a fast pitcher. Already at 0-1, I believe. Oh, there it is. That goes foul back for the second batter. So the count is now 0-2. All right, so it is 0-2, not 1-1. 0-2 once again. This one goes low, fouled, and it will stay 0-2. So Fisk so far throwing a heat, trying to keep the batters off their balance. Jonna Butts coming up next to bat. That one also is a little behind and will be fouled as it goes behind us. So the count stays at 0-2. Have to get another ball. I had a feeling that this might happen with the rain. I saw it as I approached in here about an hour ago. Saw it kind of floating around in the area. Safe. You're looking for another ball. Here it comes. Getting some catching practice. So one of the things that may happen is some moisture on the ball. Not sure if that's going to make a difference either. Of course, the weather being as it is, it's cool and then cold with the rain and the wind. So again, we'll see if that makes any difference between either one of these teams. That's going to be hit high behind us, actually over our head. So we'll stay at 2-2.
Hey Steve, are the new balls in there? Can you give me two, three more? Ray's wants to hold them for the next. I asked Ray. He said, "Can you give me at least just 2?"
So again, it is 0-2 for the count. Boom, and another foul. So staying alive for Abigail with 0-2. I said coming up next is going to be Jonna Butts. Jonna has a .433 batting average, Nicely done. She has 29 hits, 17 runs. That goes across. A little high for the ball. As Abigail did not swing, so good eye for Abby. And that one gets hit. Looks like it's going to go all the way to third, and she's going to have an easy rally over to first, and in time for the out, unfortunately, for the 5-3. So out number 2, nobody on, and coming up next is going to be the major hitter, one of them anyway, Jonna Butts.
Pitcher number 11, Donna Butts.
So like I said, she's got a batting average of .433. She's also had 25 RBIs, 5 doubles, 3 triples, walked 6 times, struck out 5 times as that goes across for the ball. So she is very disciplined at the bat. And that gets hit, and it's going to be fair. Yeah, it's going to be fair as it went to third, sorry. As she goes to second, slides in, and is safe. Hopefully you can see that. So nice little double there.
Now batting catcher.
And that is the first runner to get on. So Saceda is coming up next. Yanira. Let's see. Saceda has a .290 batting average. She has 9 hits, 2 runs, so she hasn't had too much. 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, a home run, and a walk, as well as 6 strikeouts. So Megan's on the mound still. Going to deal the first. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Can't tell if that was ahead or behind, but it looked like she was ahead of the ball on that one, but either way, swung on a miss, did not make any contact. 0-1 the count. This one gets hit, and a similar situation this time, though. Butts needs to stay at second, so we've got runners at first and second now with Saceda at first off that single. And coming up next. And Bella Cohurst is going to be up next. Let's see, she has a .209 batting average, 9 hits, 6 runs, 14 RBIs. We got a meeting at the mound right now with 2 on and 2 outs. 3 doubles, and 4 times was she walked, 8 times has she struck out, and she's been hit by pitch twice. So with first and second covered. Trying to see if we can get somebody to come in. But 2 outs. All they need is 1 more. No, so these. Oh, pinch runner. Got it. Yeah. So there is a courtesy runner for the catcher. Yes, definitely. And back on will be Saceda, the catcher. Sorry, Cohurst, designated hitter. That goes across a little low for the ball. So count is at 1-0. High, and she swung on it anyway. And that is strike 1. Count goes to 1-1. Back in the box with 2 outs and 2 on, second and first. That goes low, didn't find the strike zone, so it'll be a ball. 2-1 is the count. With Cohurst ahead. And Charisma coming up next. Charisma has a .286. That was going to be a strike, and it is. So it counts back to 2-2. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3, and unfortunately that'll mean 2 are left. Abandoned on the in the field. We're going to go to the top of the second, 0-0. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the JAL Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
All right, 2 hits, 2 runs. Sorry, 2 hits, no runs, with 2 left on base, no errors. We had a total of 1 strikeout and no walks. So we're going to go to top of the second. We've already got Fisk out there. The catcher is out there already. Sorry, pitcher. I said that right, but I changed it. As that first one goes across for the strike. So 0-1 is the count. Fisk comes in 3.55 for her ERA, or her average. 22 it hits, 6 as that one goes to a ball. So 1-1 right now. Another pitch quickly is going to go across. That is going to find the zone for the strike call. 1-2 now. So Fisk has 6 doubles and 2 home runs, 10 walks, 12 strikeouts. That goes across for just a bit outside for the ball. Count goes to 2-2, trying to get her to chase. It did not work. Butts has thrown for the entire season, every game. Has not had a chance to get relaxed or rested. As that goes foul back and will stay at 2-2. She did pitching duties last year, and she's doing it this year. This is her senior year. She is going to make the most of it. So 2-2 count, top of the second. It goes across just a bit outside, and we're going to get to the full count. So 3-2. See what we get with this one from Butts against Fisk. As that goes across, it's going to go to shortstop and over to first in time for the 6-3 out. That means that Malicone got it from Dardone. Nicely done for the out number 1. So first out coming up next is going to be Jonna Hurd. She is playing at, no, actually it'll be, oh, that's right. Jonna Hurd is at center field. And she gets some instruction or direction from her coaching staff. Oh, I see. All right. Already showing bunt. Max out of it as that goes across for a strike. So we are replaced from rain clouds to sun. So it'll be one of those bipolar kind of weather situations, looks like. Able to warm up the field a little bit as that goes across for the ball. 1-1. Definitely illuminating everything. So 1-1 is the count right now with 1 out, nobody on. Swung or miss, a little late on that one, strike 2. So 1-2 is the count, so she sets herself aside, trying to see if she can improve her swing. Hurd has a .414 batting average, 24 hits, 27 runs, 17 RBI. So this one goes foul. So no change in the count. 4 doubles, 2 triples, 7 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Butts already has 2 for the day as that goes foul. Right foul. Once again, the Sun Blazers are in the pinstripe. Both of them are in blue. But the pinstripe are the ones for the Sun Blazers, and the Panthers are in solid blue with gray pants. Or maybe they're off-white. Either way. That goes across. Strike three, and she's out. So ring her up as she gets to set down.
Now batting shortstop, number 30.
So it'll be number 3 for Miss Butts. Coming up next is going to be Maddie Horn. She is at shortstop, and Horn is a sophomore. So Maddie gets her first offering. Goes across, swung on a miss, strike one. So she took a big cut on that one, but just could not connect. Horn comes in with a 407 record, or average. 24 hits, 29 runs. It goes a little bit outside for the ball. So no chase on that one, 1-1. Has 19 RBIs with 6 doubles, 3 triples, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts. That's going to get hit right over to first, and she's just going to be able to tag it out for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down on that one, and that was no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base as well. It was 1 strikeout and no walks. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all right here as we're tied at 0.
Mamacitas in Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jowl Panthers and proud of all the Jowl students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jowl, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Welcome back as we're at the bottom of the second, and we've got Chow coming up to bat now. 0-0 is the score once again, and thank you very much for being here on this Wednesday pre-evening. Notice very sunny out here so far in the afternoon, or early evening, pre-evening as some people would say, 4:26 to be exact. So yeah, we're moving so far, moving and grooving. As the first one coming up to bat will be Charisma Rodriguez. Charisma's playing right field again today. 286 is what she comes in with on her average. 18 hits, 19 runs, 4 RBIs, and 4 walks as that first one goes across for the strike. So 0-1 the count for Charisma. And it's going to get bunted. Nicely done, but it goes back to the pitcher. Is it in time? It will be an out as she wasn't able to reach first before thrown out. So 1 down so far with the 1-3.
Now batting second baseman, number 2, Marin Nieto.
And it's Marin Nieto coming up next. Nieto has a 305 batting average. She's very hostile on the running as the first one goes across, swing and a miss for strike 1. Don't have to worry about changing that. It is 18 hits, 21 runs, 22 RBI for Nieto, 4 doubles, a triple. As she gets hit, this one hit, goes backwards and will be foul. So looking at 0-2 for the count. Nieto's already also struck out 23 times and walked 8 times. And has a home run. I saw that, it was beautiful. So she has the opportunity. I can't tell which way the wind's blowing. Actually, I know it's blowing in, so it's not going to be a hitter's wind as this one goes across for the ball. So that gets hit, and it's going to go center, shallow, And will be caught by, oddly enough, her position. That'd be second base. So out number 2.
Now batting first baseman number 10, Amira Melanson.
And we are already up to Malicon, who is at first base. And Malicon is hitting .220 so far this season with 8 hits, 11 hits, 8 runs. I got it backwards. First one goes across for the ball. So 1-0 is the count. That is going to go inside and not find the corner, so ball 2. So she is ahead of the count. We have a double in this season. And this one's hit to short. She's going to rally it over to first. Looks like it'll be in time, and unfortunately that means out number 3. That means 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors. Nobody left on base. No strikeouts and no walks either as we go to the top of the 3rd. And it is tied at not. So we're going to be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue. Mamacitas in Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
Thanks again to our sponsors, without whom, of course, we want to be putting these on the air. And definitely not be able to take these long road trips from Jal. It would be about 8 hours. And, of course, they left yesterday to make sure that they got here on time. No problems. First ball is going to be a bunt and a fouled off as well as it goes backwards for strike number 1. That'll be for Maddie Baker. Baker is at left field. Got it right first time. Try not to mistake that. 327 batting average, 17 hits, 23 runs, 23 RBIs. Also has 8 doubles and 11 walks. Right now, she's hitting at 0-2 as that one is also fouled. So once again, congratulations to Eunice on their victory. First one, of course, they also have the second one later on. Also fouled, but she swung this one, so it will not be out. Stays at 0-2. 0-2, and first batter of the 3rd inning, so nobody on. And that gets hit foul, so it'll stay at 0-2. That one went to the right, out of play. So that little facility, they had to once again make it to where it would fit regulations for the softball, and got that done this morning. So congratulations for the school. As that one goes across, a little low and outside for the ball. So 1-2 now for the call. Once again, Maddie Baker batting. After her will be Abigail Flores. Flores is an 8th grader, and that goes from the freshman, foul again. So Maddie, the freshman Baker, is going to stay alive with a count of 1-2. Let them eat cake, I say. Here we go again. Let's see if she's going to try to chase. Instead, she goes right down the middle, and that is going to be, nope, I thought it was going to be a strike, but instead, it is a ball. Count goes to 2-2. So still some room to wiggle around for Jana. She doesn't have to throw a strike unless she just wants to. Looks like we've got drier weather as that one goes across for the ball. So full count once again, 3-2 coming through. Top of the third. Swing and a miss, and she did hit it. As it is fielded in time, and it will be. As that is going to be a nice catch and throw. And that is going to be from third baseman Caden Lujan. So 5-3. We're out number one. Coming up next is going to be Abigail Flores, 8th grader. And that gets hit up the middle quickly. Looks like it'll be a nice, it'll be a hit as she found the gap for a single. So Flores is on with 2 outs. No, 1 out, sorry. 1 out. And coming up next should be the top of the order, Margaret Hurd. Margaret is the catcher. Once again, she came into the game with .347 batting average. So the manager, it's actually Coach Rodney Pollard, and assistant coach is going to be Jake Caldwell. So Rodney Pollard out there giving direction. Since 2015, these two teams have met 12 times. It is a 9-3 record with Jow having the 9 wins. Didn't throw it second, and stolen base given up to Abigail. So the count goes to 1-0. Swung on and hit, and that'll be right to Jana. She's going to throw it to first, and that'll be in time for the 1-3 out. So 2 outs on that one now.
Second baseman number 2, Megan Baker.
Megan Baker coming up. Last time she had a single and was stranded there. Now there's 2 outs. Going to be Eunice versus Loving, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes out, even though Loving has been very tough. And that was a close call, but it looks like the runner got there in time, so it'll be safe at first.
Now batting first baseman number 5, J.C. Caldwell.
So J.C. Caldwell's coming up next, as that was a single once again. J.C. Caldwell struck out last time. That goes across and hits it. Going to go up the gap. Going to be 1-run score as she gets a single for certain, and runner goes to third. So took advantage of that and was able to find the gap. So an RBI single. Oops. So still with 2 outs and 1-run scores. Coming up next will be Staley Faust. Faust is at third base. She had an shallow out.
Now batting third baseman number 13, Staley Faust.
So Faust is going to see what she can do better with her bat than she did last time. As we have a break. So runners at first and third, runners on the corners. The ducks are in the pond. And Butts trying to get out of this with just 1 run. Gets that one hit, will be foul, just barely though, as it goes to the left of third base. So the runners will have to go back, at least runner at first will have to go back from second. And that means 0-1. hit, and it's going to go foul. 0-2. Fisk is set to appear next, 0-2, if the inning still continues. Of course, she will be back. She'll be here next inning. If not, either way, she'll be up next. Hit high as it was hit or thrown high, and it goes right over to Jonna Butts for out number 3. But not before the damage is done. Let's see, that was going to be 1 hit. No, actually, it was going to be 2 hits. 1 run. No errors. 2 left on base. Also had no strikeouts and no walks. We're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. We have 1 run lead now for Mesilla Valley and the Sun Blazers as Jal comes up to take over on the offense. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. All happening right here on the Jal Panther Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or on YouTube. Thanks again for watching.
Mamacitas and Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jal Panthers and proud of all the Jal students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one-stop for construction.
All right, we're back. It is Peyton Lujan coming up next. Lujan is at at center field today. The first one goes across for the ball. Peyton Lujan is at hitting .255 average this season. That goes across a little high and outside for ball 2. So besides hitting .255, 15 runs off of 14 hits, swung on a miss, that'll be strike 1. She has 10 RBI, 3 doubles, no triples, and 8 walks with 25 strikeouts. So count is at 2-1. And actually it was 2-2. And she gets swung on and miss. So that is strike 3 for out number 1. I'll say it right. So top of the order now, back to Kaden Lujan, third baseman. Struck out last time she was at bat. Hoping to get better numbers. She does hit it off the end of the bat. It is to third and misplaced. So it'll be an error as she goes all the way to second. Nobody there to cover it anyway. Nope, she went to first, and that was it. So a single off of that one for Kaden Lujan. It may or may not have been an error, but either way, though. Coming up next, second batter, Abigail Dardone. Dardone had a infield out. Run number 2 in the first inning. Hoping to get better numbers. It looks like she's already going to bunt. Oh, she pulls out of it. And a steal gets it to second. And that's where Kaden Lujan is going to be. So Kaden Lujan with that steal. And the call is a ball, I believe. There we go. So 1-0 the count for Abigail. And hit this time, foul though, as it was bunted. So it'll be 1-1 now for the count. It's a nice long drive up here, as you may know. You know, like I said, 8 hours for Jal, 7 for Hobbs. But at least there was a little bit of wind, but nothing major. Only one little area for construction that I wasn't aware of. As that is going to be bunted and will be going foul again for the second strike. So Abigail cannot line it up for a bunt. If she does and it goes out again, it will be out number 2. Got to keep it in front of her. Runner at second as that one goes foul. This time she swung it, so it didn't go out, but it did go out of play. Count stays They're 1-2. A little high on that one, so 2-2. Let's count it 2-2. And high for all three. So the count goes to full. Sometimes the batter chases and sometimes they don't. Discipline will do that to you, so see if we walk it. It'll just be runners at first and second. Already one run comes in for the Sun Blazers, top of the third. That'll be a walk.
Now batting pitcher, number 11, Jonah Butts.
So first walk of the game, I believe. But Butts up here, and she is drooling over this one with 2 on and just 1 out. Once again, she's been hitting. She's been one of the heavy hitters for the team. And she gets into a bunt position, gets out of it, going to steal, and oh, she got her out. Looked like the tag was about the same time. And there's going to be a little discussion on that one, but looks like it'll be a tag out for Caden Lujan. She's still there, though. You can't, once you leave off the base, then you're out. So they're going to make that argument, see if it sticks. And the ump says she got tagged over there. Still out, though. So out number 2. And that takes a runner away. That means 1 on at third or second now. He's still arguing, though. I believe that's going to be. Oh, actually, it'll be out. Never mind. I thought they were cheering, but instead it is out number 2. So Butts with 2 outs and 1 on now at second. And that first one went across for a ball. And this one goes across for the strike. Another steal to third, and this time it does work for Dardone. Oh, actually, not Dardone. Yes, Dardone is at the third. So again, count goes to 1-1. Now 2-1 for Butts. Coming up next once again is Yarnia Sasita. Fisk still on the mound, trying to get out of this inning. Runner at third as that goes foul to the left. Out of play. Counts 2-2. Hit and goes to the left. Looks like it might be foul, and it is. Out of play. Count stays at 2-2. Oh, wait a minute. As that one gets hit. And is thrown to first, out. So stranded 1 on that one. We're going to get into the break in a moment, thank you, as we pause and give our thanks once again to our sponsors. Without whom, of course, we will not be able to put these on. 1-0 is the score. We're going to the top of the fourth. Be back in a moment.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the JAL Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
So that is no hits, no runs, one error, one left on base. As we go to the top of the fourth, there was also a strikeout as well and a throwout at third. Controversial for a moment, but it was ruled a throwout. So coming up next is going to be the pitcher, Miss Marion Fisk. Fisk is a senior. She's going to start off the fourth inning. Thank everybody for being here on this Wednesday as we get the playoffs underway. Best of, well, as you know, it's the first game. Second game, the winner is going to face against Hojo Academy. And this is where we're at. We're on their home court field. First one goes across for the ball. Hit and foul as it goes and rolls before it gets to the first base. Had a little bit of a chance, but as it kept rolling, of course, it rolled out. So all that for the strike. So 1-1 now is the count. Probably would have been, possibly could have been an out, but actually if it was hit just right and it would have been fair, could have been a safe ball. It did roll out. So 0-1 is the count right now. Swung and a miss, and she lost her balance a little bit on that one, trying to get that to go through. 1-2 now. I've been there before, trying to swing so hard you lose your balance. Of course, I do the same thing with bowling too, but that's another story. The strikes are different there. Swung on and hit. Foul tip is going to go over our head and behind us, as it'll stay 1-2. Always love that, talking about baseball and bowling. They're both with Bs, but the strikes are totally different. 1-2. Here we go with another delivery, and that's going to be hit right back and caught by Jonna. That is her second out after being catching it, actually second in a row, as the first one to last out in the last inning went a similar way. Went high, and Jonna was able to catch it as she camped underneath it. So Jonna Hurd, the senior, is coming up next. She is center field. First one goes across for the ball. Hit strike. There we go. So last time she struck out. And that will be a foul to the right behind her. Count now goes to 1-1. I guess I was right about that. That goes, didn't catch it, so it'll be 2-1 now for the count. Just a bit outside, as they say. Couldn't quite sink fast enough. 2-1 the count. Here goes the delivery, and it's going to get hit to second. She's going to just lob it over to first, and so the 4-3 for the shallow out will be out number 2.
Now batting number 30, Maddie Horn.
So now it is Maddie Horn up next. Maddie was able to actually, that was the third out in the second inning. So she's hoping to get something better. The first one goes across for the strike. Hit and going to the right. It is catchable, and it is caught this time around. That is going to be by second or first baseman. Of course, that is Malicon. So Malicon gets the third out. We are going to go to the bottom of the fourth. We are moving and grooving as we're in Gallup, New Mexico. And the winner takes on number 3. Oh, as I lose the camera a little bit. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Jowl Panther Network. Thanks again for watching.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jowl Panthers and proud of all the Jowl students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jowl, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jowl Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
So far, both sides have left 3 on base as we get to the bottom of the fourth. First one goes across for a ball. So Sauceda coming up now, batting. Following her, of course, will be Bella Cohurst, the designated hitter. That goes high and outside for ball 2. Something that has taken off the balance on the camera. Oh, I know. Ball 3 already. 3-0 the count for Sauceda. Last time she was able to get a single, but was stranded. That is going to be strike 1 as it goes across. Went across the pike for a strike. 3-1 now the count. Still ahead is Sauceda. That it gets hit to third and will be fielded over to first in time. So that means got it over from Fost to Caldwell for out number 1.
Now batting designated player number 12, Isabella Cohurst.
So Bella Cohurst coming up next. Over to the 5-3. This is going to get hit to the pitcher. That'll be Fisk, and she's going to go over to so 1-3 for out number 2, and that was quick. One pitch, and got the hit. And unfortunately, infield out will set her down as well. So Bella down. Charisma Rodriguez coming up next. Last time she had a shallow infield out. The 1-3 as well. Hoping to get better this time around as she does hit it, and it goes foul. Just a little behind on that one. So strike 1, 0-1 is the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, and we have a 1-run lead for the Sunblazers. This gets hit, and it's going to go through the glove and find her way to first. So Rodriguez is able to get to first off that single.
Now batting number 2,
So Nieto, the aggressive runner, base runner, is going to see if she can get something after she flew out to second base in her first attempt. So 1 on, 2 outs. Nieto with her pink bat hits this one, and it goes up the middle and will be in time for the 4-3 out. So try to get it in time, just could not outrun it. And it goes 1 on, left on base with 1 hit, no runs, and no errors. As we go once again, there's 4 now left on base for Jowl. It's going to take a pause for a moment. We'll be back. We're going to go to the top of the 5th as this thing is going pretty quickly right here in Gallup, New Mexico.
Mamacitas in Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jal Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
So these two teams have met 3 times this season, and all 3 there were very close. At least the 2 were, as Jal was able to pull out victories. First 2 was 15-5. That was a runaway with 5 innings. Then it was 17-16 with Jal coming back in the bottom of the 7th to be able to get that victory, as this is bunted and out of play. And then the last time they played was the end of March, and that would be also with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th, got Jal the victory, 10-9. So it is Maddie Horn, 0-1 right now, as she shows bunt, and everybody pulls up, tries to get positioned, and misses. That's 0-2. So bunting is not an option unless she wants to risk it. If she goes foul, she'll go out. That goes inside. Ball. So Maddie once again. That is going to be a strikeout. We're out number 1.
26, Abby Flores.
So Abigail Flores coming up next. She is the designated hitter. Last time she had a single and got stranded at second. Already hits this one right back to Jana, and she's going to go 1-3 for out number 2. That was quick.
Now batting
So
number
2 outs already. Coming up next, top of the order once again, Margaret Hurd struck out in the first. In the third, she had a 1-3 out as well, so infield out for her. That goes high for ball 1. Top of the 5th once again, 2 outs, nobody on. Going to go to 7 unless we're tied. Swung on and may have been fouled. It did go out, so looks like there'd be a foul tip. Either way, though, strike. 1-1. Jana back into it. Both everybody ready. Here comes the pitch outside for ball 2. Two and 1 the count now. Margaret, a sophomore. Jana, a senior. That goes across for the strike. Strike 2. So 2-2 is the count right now. Margaret has one more, at least one more opportunity. Jana delivers, and that'll go across for the ball. So full count right now. So full count, nobody on, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Best or goes to 7 at least. Because that one's going to be a dribbler. It's going to go to Jana, and unfortunately, she wasn't able to throw it to Melicon in time. In fact, actually, it was a bouncer, so could be an error throw.
for the Sunblazers, number 2, Megan Baker.
Either way, it's going to give Hurd a opportunity to be at first. So that was a bunt attempt and steal to second. Nope, actually it was a foul tip. So Megan Baker once again on for sophomore. That's a little outside. They were throwing for the runner. Throws it to second and is safe at second after she slides. So Margaret is able to run to second off the steal, on the steal. So it's 1-1 now. Count of 1-1. Bunt this time, and let's see if Jonna can. Nope, she tried to get it on the run, but instead we'll put runners on the corners. So first and third now with the single. And another opportunity for the Sunblazers to be able to get a run across is they're at third base. Coming up next, Jace Caldwell. Caldwell struck out in the first and hit a single in the third. 2 outs still, runners at first and third. You can expect a steal to second, and that's what's going to happen. Gonna let it happen so that way home is not stolen. So Megan Baker goes to second. Caldwell still with the count of 0-1. That goes across, low and outside, or actually just outside. Oops, I did that. So now it's at 1-1 once again. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Caldwell coming up. The senior trying to see what she can do to get an RBI. Hits this one and it goes past the glove. That means they didn't get it in time to first. 1 run comes across. And that means runners on the corners once again. Bad throw to first, and Melicon could not catch it. It may have been an out, but hard to say. Nevertheless, though, it's another run, comes across. So Caldwell gets it. And now the third is going to be Megan Baker. Staley Fost coming up next. Fost had 2 outs. And this is going to go right back to Butts once again. Couldn't handle it. Going to first. And it'll be safe. So just glove problems going all together as that goes another cross. RBI. So 2 RBIs in a row. Coming up next is going to be Fisk once again. She has not been able to get on yet. Now there is a meeting. Talk to Jonna. Yes, it is now a 3-0 game in the top of the 5th. Let's go and take a break. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
All right, we're back as it is still Butts, of course, on the mound, pitching. And this time around, it's going to be once again to Jonna Hurd. I'm sorry, that is, Millian Fisk, the pitcher. First one goes across. Actually, we haven't had an offering yet. Here we go. High and outside, that'll be ball 1. So runner at second right now, as well as first. So first and second covered. 2 outs. Some damage has been done, though. That goes across. We are at ball 3. Three and 0. Expect to see a strike throw here. Nope, instead, loads the bases. So first time Fisk is on. And there are runners on second and third as well. So bases loaded. Caldwell at third, Faust at second, Fisk at first. Actually, probably going to be a bench runner over there. And let's see, coming up next is going to be Jonna Hurd. Hits this one backwards, and it's going to be foul. So 0-1 is the count right now. Jonna has not been able to get on. She struck out the first time up. And it's going to be a wild pitch. But the runners will stay as it is loaded bases. So 1-1 is the count right now. That goes across for the ball, ball 2. Looks like that is going to be pitch running over there for Mesilla Valley. It looks like Peyton Curry, freshman. That gets across. Strike on that call. Nicely done. 2-2 now. So 2-2. Or the old Richard Nixon sign. And that gets chopped, and it's going to be to first. Tag out will be in time. So didn't have to worry about that too much as it gets over to Melicon for the out number 3. But unfortunately, the damage is done. Also leaves 3 left on base. That doubles their number from earlier, as well as the rest. I'll tell you the rest here in just a second as we continue coverage. Happening all right here on the Jal Panther Network. Thanks again for joining.
Mamacitas in Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jal Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
So I've got 3 hits, or actually probably going to be 2 hits, 1 error, 3 left on base, 2 runs come across, and now it's a 3-run difference for the Sunblazers. This coming up next is going to be, looks like that is the third or first baseman. Actually, it is going to be Bella Hurst, I believe. Nope, I was right the first time. It is the first baseman, Melicone. As we get to, that was high for ball, I believe it's ball 2. Yes. So Mila Melicone with 2-0 for the count. And that goes low for ball 3. So a 3-run lead with the bottom of the 5th right now. Jal has left 3 on base. And the Sunblazers have left 6. That finds it for the strike. 3-1. Peyton Lujan coming up next. She struck out last time up. So it looks like we may be done with the rain, as that one is going to rain backwards and behind us and make it a full count. So full count, nobody on, and we're getting started on at the bottom of the fifth. As that one gets hit, and it's going to go into the center field and find its way for a single. So one up and on. And a center fielder coming up, Peyton Lujan. Let's see what she can do better with her bat. With one on and nobody out. As the bunt is on, and it looks like it's pretty good. Gets it to first. It's gonna get the runner to second. She's gonna be out at first for the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 3, Caden Lujan.
And coming up next, top of the order, Caden Lujan. Lujan had a single last time up, struck out at first. Hoping to see what she can do with one on and one out. That one goes across, looking at it, thought it was going to be something different, but instead, strike is called. 0-1. That one gets hit, and a long foul as it goes back to the left. So Caden Lujan 0-2 right now. Still some strong stuff from Fisk, Megan Fisk, as that gets hit. Goes into center field and is caught. Actually, it's right field who caught it. Looks like the runner is still at second.
Now batting number 18,
So Maddie Baker was able to get that. That's the freshman, Maddie Baker. That means 2 outs with one on. Coming up next is going to be Abigail Dardone. Dardone was left at third last time she was on base. First one goes across, a little high, ball 1. So 1 over the count. Fisk with another delivery. This one gets hit, and it's going to be going back for the foul to the right. Out of play, and 1-1. One of the things they've been having trouble with is keeping the ball supply going with all these fouls. Looks like the ump has some extra ones now. So count goes to 1-1 after that foul. 2 outs though, 1 on. Chow trying to get some scoring in as that goes high for ball 2. Two and 1 the count now. That goes across for a strike. So go back to 2-2. Abigail Dardone once again. Next up is going to be Jonna Butts. As that gets hit, goes to right field, or left field, sorry. And it looks like it'll be an injury timeout. As unfortunately trying to slide in there was Caden Lujan. She may have hurt herself in the process. Actually, no, that's not Caden Lujan. That's Malacon. Nevertheless, so a single. So Jonna now up, and once again, she's looking to see about getting a score in or 2. Runners at first and third. She did get a double last time, but wasn't able to score. And a foul to the left. Strike 1. So 0-1 the count. And the runner did go to second, so let's see. That is going to be Abigail Dardone, still to second. That is going to be down the pike for a strike on that one. So 0-2 now, as Jonna needs to protect the plate. 2 on, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. I would love to see some runs come across as that goes across for the ball. 2-1, or 1-2. Outside on that one. This one gets hit over to short, and it's going to go out to the outfield. So 1 is going to come across. 2 are come across off the error. And Jonna is going to find her way back to first base. So she gets 2 RBIs off the error. And we've got time on the field. Let's go and take a break for a moment as we continue coverage. I'm going to get my numbers caught up. And we're having it all right here. I don't know if this is going to be a long break or a short break, but we're going to take a little break.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
All right, we're back again. Looks like the no change. I didn't expect to see a change. Giannia Sauceda, catcher, is coming up next. Butts is on first. Put in 2 on the RBI, 2 RBI. And that gets hit jack to the left. It's going to be high and looks like it'll be caught for out number 3. That was caught over there in the left field by Maddie Baker, who is a freshman. But some damage was done. You get back into it, and it is once again, as somebody said, a ball game. So let's go ahead and take a break. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. We've got the 6th inning going on. Coming up next, top of the 6th, at a 1-run difference, 3-2, and the Sun Blazers are on top by 1.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the JAL Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
So we got that covered as 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 error, 1 left on base. There was also no strikeouts and no walks. We'll be back in a moment to continue coverage. It's all happening right here. Thanks again for watching.
Mamacitas in JAL has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
All right, we're back, and it looks like it's already going to happen with the top of the 6th. And Abigail Flores, first one's going to be a swung on and foul tipped. Let's see, is that? Double check that number. And Maddie Horn. Okay, so it's Maddie Horn, sophomore. Let's see. Okay. That goes across, strike 2. So it is 0-2 for Maddie. Actually, I found the corner for strike 3. Oh, that's right. I got to get that in there. There we go.
Now batting number 8, Maddie Baker.
So, strikeout, and that is out number 1. Struck out last time as well. Maddie Baker, who had an infield out, also had 2 infield outs actually, is up again. Swung and missed, strike 1. So Jonna, with a little bit of encouragement, is throwing some good stuff right now. 0-1. Goes back, delivers, swung on, and this is going to be fouled. Tip to the left, just barely, as it goes in front of the third base. So 0-2 is the count right now. That gets fouled to the right. Actually, no, it's not. It's infield, and it's going to be caught. This time by Nieto. So out number 2 as the shallow hit goes to Nieto. So Abigail Flores. Abigail Flores. This one gets hit, and it's going to go to third. Is that going to be in time? Yes, it is, as she gets the 5-3, or actually the 6-3 out, as it was from Abigail Dardon. So Dardon was able to get in the right position, be able to get that ball over to first in time to Malicon for the 6-3, and it is 3 up, 3 down. That means no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and no walks for certain, 1 strikeout. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th as we get close to the 7th inning. We still have some opportunities for both sides to be able to score, but right now the bats are in Jal's hands. Coming back in a moment right here on the Jal Panther Network. Thanks again for watching.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue. The staff of the Jowl Public School District is proud of their Jowl Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jowl schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jowl Public School System is on the move.
Well, we are back as the batters are ready, and pitcher is still the same for the Sunblazers. So first one as it goes across. Looks like that is a ball, definitely. So 1-0 is the count. Once again, that is going to be for Bella Cohurst, I believe. One and 0 is the count right now. And that's going to get hit towards third. That'll be just in time to get her safe. So nicely done. And it is Charisma Rodriguez coming up next. So nice single for Bella. Get over to first as Rodriguez now. Someone across for the ball. Charisma had a single last time up. Would like to do that again. Or better. That one goes across, though, right down the pike for a strike. So 1-1 the count. 1 run difference. And no out so far with 1 runner on, second batter up. In the bottom of the 6th. Scheduled for 7. Bunt attempt goes high, though, and it'll be ball 2. So 2-1 the count. Runner still at first. This time bunted right to the pitcher. And she's going to get the fielder's choice of the 1-3 out. Well, advancing Bella to second. So Marin Nieto coming up next. Nieto, once again, has not been able to get on base, but Once she does, she knows how to use those legs. It's this one foul to the right. Is it catchable? It is. And that'll be out number 2. As it was first baseman who caught that one. Of course, once again, that is going to be Caldwell. Got over there and was able to get the out. Number 2. So 2 down, and Melicone coming up next. She did have a single last time up, stranded at second. Oh, they did find the corner on that one, so strike 1. 0-1 the count. So there is a runner at second, but 2 outs. That goes across for a foul, as it was a dribbler. And already 0-2. Hoping to protect the plate, be able to get on. Maybe even advance the runner. That goes to the left this time, foul. Never had a chance. So 0-2 once again. Count stays the same. Got a nice little cloud coverage over there with no rain impossible. So still though cool, maybe even cold for some people. This goes high and in the middle, but not enough to be able to find the gap. And that means it looks like an injury as well. As she is limping. That is going to be for Jonah Hurd, and she is a senior. So the senior is able to get the final out of the inning. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. It is a 1-run lead. And, of course, the Sun Blazers are coming up next to bat. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here. Thanks for watching.
The staff of the Jowl Public School District is proud of their Jowl Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jowl schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jowl Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? Jowl Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics.
1 hit, 1 left on base, no errors, no strikeouts, no walks, and no runs come across as we go to the top of the 7th. And it could be do or die time, as the Sun Blazers would probably like to get a little extra insurance. And Jowl would like to get to the bottom of the 7th, try to see if they can win this one like they have the last couple of games against this Mesilla Valley team. They are 9-3 for the series that goes back to 2015. So top of the 7th, and unless Jowl can get the tie at the bottom of the 7th, could be the end of the game. But nevertheless, though, they can also win it as well. But nevertheless, they have to get through the defense first. First one goes across will be a strike. Going to be facing up against, looks like it'll be top of the order, Margaret Hurd. First one, once again, a strike. It's a bit outside, didn't chase it, so 1-1 is the count. And just to verify, that is Margaret. That is the sophomore. Stranded at third last time. Hit and foul. 1-2. Sauceda at catcher. Still wanting to get some catch one of those, but just is not in play. It's a shallow backstop, as you can see. High on the delivery on that one for ball 2. 2-2 as the sun peeks out. So it'll be a little daunting for the right field. That one gets hit, and it's going to be caught. Nicely done. That should be out number 1 from Abigail Dardone. So able to get underneath it as it was hit quickly to her, line drive to her. Coming up next is Megan Baker, the lefty. Able to get a single last time up. This time fouls it to the left. She looks like she's had 3 singles, so she's been the best hitter in that category for the Sun Blazers. 0-1 the count. And hit that up the middle, turn around, get that to, again, another bad throw. Allows the runner now to go to second. And she's going to go to third. She is waved home, so let's see. Nope, not in time. She gets the score. An in the park home run. And that is going to be for Megan Baker. So you take a single, you stretch it out, and you score. So I bet she's very happy about that. I know I would be. So she's could be the player of the game, or at least for the Sun Blazers anyway. She is definitely the player of the game as she is producing best she can with the bat. Coming up next, it's going to be Jackie Caldwell. Single last time as that goes to the right, or left, I mean. And that is going to be Gonzo. She went yard on that one for home run number 2, but this time it's out of the park. She's going to be greeted by her team, as you can see. Caldwell now has 6 home runs for the season. So she is not, and this may be one of those revenge situations after losing 3 games this season to this team. You know, they say sometimes it's hard to beat a team 4 times, and Zhao is learning that lesson a little bit the hard way. So she rounded the bases, got teamed up by her team, and the next one up is going to be Staley Faust. Faust also had a single as well. So back-to-back sort of home runs. That was definitely a home run that went to the left. And that first one was an in park. So back up to 3 again for the deficit. But with 1 out, nobody on. 5-2 is the score. Coming up next, once again, Staley Faust.
Now batting number 13, Staley Faust.
So Faust, first one delivered, is going to be for the ball. And then after that will be Fisk, the pitcher, once again. Hit this time, it'll be deep, and another home run, back-to-back home runs, this time legit, as something has put a fire on this Sun Blazers team, and they have jacked 2 in a row now, 2 home runs, both in the same area. So trying to put their stamp on this game. As again, another run goes across. Now it is 4-run deficit.
Now batting number
Chow has overcome this before, but not this late in the game. But we'll see. First, we got to get out of this inning. What's coming up next is going to be Fisk. Fisk was able to get on with a walk last time up. Hit that up the middle, and it will find the hole or the gap, and she will find herself on first. So small ball on that one. And coming up next is going to be Jonah Hurd. Sorry, Jonah Hurd. She was tagged out last time at first for the 3rd out. So Joanna with 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 7th, as she's going to bunt. Nope, she's going to pull out of that. And no steal to second. First ball was a strike. So 0-1 the count. Here goes another delivery. That's going to be swung on and hit, and it's going to be foul backwards. And it will be 0-2, sorry, 0-2. So 0-2 now. 1 on, 2 outs. But the damage is being done so far as we're in the 7th inning. Foul backwards, 0-2 still the count. Winner does go on to win or face against the host team. Once again, that is Hojo Academy, the Lady Wolves, who are 23-3, 4-game winning streak, and 9-1 for the district. In fact, last year was the first time Jal had faced them. Swung on and missed. And that'll be strike number 2. Or sorry, strike out number 2.
Batting number 30, Maddie Horn.
So last one up, at least this one up, is going to be Maddie Horn. Struck out twice. With one on, but a 3-run lead. Actually, no, it's going to be a 4-run lead now. That goes foul. Strike 1. So last year, faced the team they're going to be facing next, and that was Hojo. Was 7-3 was the final score last year. But first you got to get there. Sound goes across for the ball. Count now at 1-1. And the Sun Blazers are putting on the pressure. Swung late on that one. Looks like she could have waited on that one, but nevertheless swung, and now it's 1-2. One and two the count. And that is a foul tip. Going to hit her, but nevertheless keep the count at 1-2 as the runner goes. Looks like that is a pinch runner once again for the pitcher. Once again, I believe that's going to be number 19. That is Peyton Curry. Is that across? 2-2 now. I wasn't certain about that, but it was, as Peyton was able to get to second off the steal. So 2-2 now with the delivery. Gets it across. Struck her out. And that'll get us out of the inning, but not before some damage is done. We'll talk about that in a moment as we continue coverage. We're in the bottom of 7th right now, and it is a 4-run lead for the Sun Blazers. Be back in a moment right here on the Jal Panther Network. Thanks again for watching.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jal Panthers and proud of all the Jal students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jal, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jal Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
All right, so I had 3 hits, 3 runs. That was 2 of those were home runs. One actually was an in-park home run. And then it was 1 left on base.
Leading off the 7th inning.
And yep, it is 6-2. 4-run difference coming up next. Or first, actually. Peyton Lujan. Peyton Lujan, last time up, was on a out at a fielder's choice. First one's going to go across for the strike. Oh and 1 is the count. We're at the bottom of the 7th. If Jal cannot tie the game at least, that'll be the end. That goes across for a ball. It just misses the outside. 1-1 is the count. That gets jacked over to the left-hand side and just beyond to get to the wall to second base. So a nice little double there to get things started for Jal, as they needed something offensively. They need it pretty quickly. So they went.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers, number 3,
So that went over the head of Maddie Baker. Freshman just barely. And it is the top of the order again, so Caden Lujan coming up next after Lujan got to second. Caden Lujan would like to get Lujan in. Last time, though, flew out to left. This again, as this time she hits the gap, and should be an easy RBI. It's going to be out, so they're going to get her to third. So, yeah. So she gets to advance to third after she has already passed second. It will be a double. So it was an it went out beyond the wall. And that's what the outfielder represented.
now batting number 16,
Once again, Baker. So Maddie played that right and limited it to just 2, so she went back to second. Hit already, and that's going to be an infield out to second base. That'll be out number 1.
now batting number 11, Jonna Butts.
So Jonna coming up next with 1 on and 1 out. As that last one was caught by Megan Baker. Going to be foul. It just goes to the left, just beyond first or third base. So 0-1's the count. No calling that one ball. 1-1 now. So runner at second. That's going to go to second as she gets back, but it's going to find the gap. And that's going to put runners on the corners, first and third. So now Caden Lujan is back at third.
Batting number 15,
And a hit from Jonna Butts once again continues the keep the Panthers alive. Lady Panthers with Sauceda coming up next. Still the 1 out though, and we're going to get a meeting of the mound. Let's go ahead and take a break. Thank our sponsors and be back in just 30 seconds.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jowl Panthers and proud of all the Jowl students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jowl, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
All right, meeting's over, and yeah, I had to confirm on that one. I was thinking it was 2 runs, then 1 and 1. So 4 runs came across on the top of the 7th. Unfortunately, that means that Jowl still needs 4, even though now we've got it back to 6. So for the moment anyway, still, I'm certainly not going to go against it as the steal goes. And she gets to second base. So not able to get home stole, but that'll go across for a ball. So 2-0. And that is going to be hit. Oh, and it's going to be dropped. Center fielder has been good on the glove, but she missed that one. In fact, it's going to be 2 run across for the single. There we go. So if the calculation is correct, it is going to be a 2 RBI single for Sauceda. That means Jonna Butts gets across, and so does Abigail Dardone. No, I'm sorry, Kane Luholm. So we may have a comeback here still. Coming up next, Bella. Bella hits it. It's going to go the gap, and it's going to be in left field. As we have runners on first and second. So 2 runners on. Score is now 6-5. Run, and the tying score is at second. The sun is saying hello. Coming up next. Let's see, that should be Nieto. Nope, not Nieto. As the runners advance, now in scoring position, just third base and second respectively. Of course, as always, things are moving fast, so you got to keep up with it. It should be Sauceda at third and Cohurst at second. But nope, that is Charisma Rodriguez now. So yes, so Cohurst is at second, Rodriguez is on. Charisma has got the count of 0-2. So 1 run remaining to tie the game. They want to get into extra innings. Swung on, strike 3. That'll be out number 2. So had that to give, but don't want to do it again.
Now batting number 2, Marin Nieto.
So Marin Nieto, who has not been able to get on, but a single will tie the game, and we'll get into extra innings. And that's going to be hit right up the middle. It's going to be dropping in time. Yes, it does. It finds the gap. 1 run comes across, and 2 runs come across. And that, my friends, could be the game. Let's double check to see as she gets an 2 RBI double. And it goes from, once again, you get a great inning. And that is the ball game, as it is 7-6 once again, the third game in a row that these Jal Lady Panthers have been able to come behind in the bottom of the inning to be able to get the victory. And Sunblazers, I'm going to tip my hat to you because you played a heck of a game. But there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. And coming up next will be the next game. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'll get you the stats here in just a second as we have to set up for the next game. And, of course, that'll be against Hojo Academy, Lady Wolves, who are 23-3.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
The staff of the Jal Public School District is proud of their Jal Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jal schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jal Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? Jal Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics.
All right, we have the sportsmanship ring of circle right there in front of you. Actually, yeah, you might be able to see it. So that was an interesting game. That was a fascinating game for the Jal fans. Jal just wasn't able to get anything going until they needed it in the bottom innings. Of course, it was 0-0 after 2 innings. It was the Sunblazers who got 1 run in the third, so it was 1-0. Fourth inning was 0-0 as well. And then 5th inning saw 2 runs come across for Mesilla Valley. bottom of the fifth was 2 runs for Jal. So it was just a 1-run game at that point. 6 innings saw no runs come across. Then Mesilla Valley put up 3. 2 of those were home runs. One was an inside the park home run. And it was 3 runs for them. While Jal turned around and got 5 earned runs to come across. 7-6 is the final. 10 hits, 3 errors for Mesilla Valley. Meanwhile, it was 11 hits, 7 runs, and 2 errors for the Jal Lady Panthers. We're going to go ahead and get it over to the other broadcast. That's going to be starting up in about, let's see, I think it's going to be starting at 6:15. I want to make sure about that. So we're going to end this one so that way we have a smooth transaction over to the other side. Yes, 6:15 is what we've got. And we'll be back then for more as Jal Panthers advance in the playoffs. And they're going to face number 3 right here in their hometown, Hojo Academy. Once again, and thank you again for watching. My name is Ron Gunner. Appreciate you being here, and we will go ahead and get started on the other broadcast as soon as possible. Thanks again for being here.